Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to another video, guys, on Twins Garage. And in this video, we're going to be discussing a highly discussed topic, and it's going to be the Silverado versus the competition. And not just any Silverado, this is the Silverado ZR2. This is the most off-road capable 1500 Silverado that Chevrolet has produced. So when we are discussing it versus the competition, we're talking about things like the Ford Raptor, we're talking about the Ram TRX, and right away, before you guys jump at me in the comments section, no, I don't think they're in the same class, okay? I do not think they're in the same class at all. However, then you'd be kind of comparing the ZR2 to the Ford F-150 Tremor, or you would be looking at kind of the TRD Pro for the Tundra and that kind of a category, although I feel like the AT4 and the Trail Boss could be in that category as well. So the ZR2 is kind of right in between the Tremor, the Trail Boss, and then you have the Raptor and the TRX. So it's kind of in a class of its own, I'll start off by saying. So when you're looking at this versus the competition, like let's say if you're looking at it compared to the Ford Raptor or the Ram TRX, of course it's in a different class. This vehicle costs about 96,000 Canadian, whereas a Ford Raptor, you're looking about $130,000 Canadian. So there is a significant price increase there. It's about $30,000. Is the Silverado ZR2 enough truck? I think so. I think for sure the ZR2 checks all the boxes for me, unless you're doing some crazy off-roading. Okay, so we'll jump into it. You have your skid plates, you have your front bumper cutouts, metal bumpers, you have your skid plates, you have the Multimatic DSSV shocks. I know the Raptor may come with some Fox shocks and reservoirs, and it kind of goes crazy in the suspension with the travel and everything like that. I get it. The ZR2 is not worth $130,000. It is not trying to be a Ford Raptor. It is just trying to be the most off-road Silverado ZR2 that you can buy, or a Silverado that you could buy. As we kind of move along, I'll give you a quick walk around of the truck. Guys, it does give you more bumper clearance with the exhaust being tucked up under. Okay, you get more ground clearance, more departure angles, better departure angles. There's a quick ZR2 badging. It does have the Duramax in it. I'll show you a quick look at the interior. You guys can see nice two-tone gray seats. Okay, with the carbon fiber here and the yellow stitching around. So it is a nice interior, okay? It is a nice interior. It is nothing crazy. Okay, they didn't even stitch ZR2 into the headrest, which I'm kind of disappointed about. But going back to the topic, versus the competitors, guys, if you have $130,000 to spend and you're looking for an off-road truck, okay, this one may fall short of your expectations, okay? It's worth $96,000. If you are looking for the most off-road capable, if you do tons of off-roading, tons of trails, tons of camping, tons of anything like that where you're going pretty off-road, guys, the Silverado ZR2 will be able to do it. Okay, the Ford Raptor might be a little bit more comfortable doing it with the Fox shocks and reservoirs and all that, but the ZR2 will do it. So would I spend $130,000 on a Ford Raptor? Possibly. Depends what I would use it for. So if you guys are out there and you're looking at ZR2 versus Raptor versus TRX, guys, they're in completely different categories. But if you're looking for a very good off-road truck, does well on the street as well, guys, the ZR2 looks great, has a great look to it, and of course, with the Multimatic shocks, ground clearance, skid plates, like it does the job very well. Okay, it does what it's meant to be very, very well. And would I say, you know, the Ford Raptor is a better off-road truck? Absolutely. But it's in a different price range and it's in a different category of truck. guys, if you're comparing the Silverado ZR2 to a Ford Raptor or TRX, you're wrong in my opinion, because they do not compare. They're in way two different price categories. So there should be no comparison between the ZR2, Ford Raptor, or TRX. Should not be in the same conversation. But yeah, it gives you a bunch of different, it gives you the front and rear lockers on the ZR2 as well. But guys, really, the only competition for this is the AT4X, and it's still, of course, GM. So in my opinion, there's nothing really in this category with the ZR2 and AT4X. As far as I'm concerned, the Ford F-150 Tremor is basically, it could be a trail boss, it could be a little bit in this category, but it doesn't really compete head to head with this truck. It is kind of in a category of its own, if that makes sense. So it's not trying to be a Raptor, it's not trying to be a TRX, it is just trying to be a ZR2, and I think it does it really well. Very nice interior, comfortable ride with the shocks. Looks super aggressive with the hood bulge here and the metal bumpers and skid plates. It looks super aggressive, red tow hooks. Guys, it does what it does really well. So if you were looking in this price point, I would highly recommend a ZR2. It checks all the boxes for me. You know, I don't go crazy off-roading. I do a lot of city driving, highway driving. So it checks all the boxes for me, looks super aggressive, love the look to it, and it does everything really well for me. When I go off-road, there it is. It meets all my needs and expectations. So highly recommend this truck if you are looking in this price point. Guys, if you're looking for a Ford Raptor, you won't find it in this truck. Okay, you will not find a Ford Raptor in $96,000 ZR2. So don't bother looking. If you do need a little bit more than the ZR2, you can always check out the Bison. They do have a Bison edition. Again, different bumpers, a little nicer interior, but still very similar truck. And that's really, it's not competition. It's basically the same truck. So guys, if you are in the market, this truck does everything very well. So in my opinion, unless you're off-roading every day, you know, or you have that money to spend on the Ford Raptor or TRX, be my guest. Those are awesome trucks. But the ZR2 does everything very well for me, and I don't feel like I need more. So I would highly recommend it, but it is not in the same conversation as a Raptor or a TRX. That'll wrap up today's video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the description below of the ZR2 versus the Raptor versus the TRX. And you guys let me know what you think about those trucks and if they're even comparable. So drop a like, subscribe if you're new. We'll see you all in the next video.